Have you ever had someone completely disappear? No text, no calls, no explanation, then weeks, months, or even years later, your phone suddenly lights up with one simple message: "Hey, how have you been?" Most people think they finally realized your worth, but psychology says something much more complicated may be happening. Let's break down the real psychology behind why ghosters suddenly come back into your life. 1. Emotional convenience. Psychologists say some people disappear because relationships require emotional energy. When life becomes stressful, avoiding difficult conversations feels easier than having them. Instead of explaining what they're feeling, and they simply disappear. Then, once the pressure fades, they return as if nothing ever happened, not because they've changed, but because their circumstances have. 2. Avoidant attachment. Research on attachment theory shows that some people genuinely crave connection until that connection becomes emotionally close. As intimacy grows, their instinct is to pull away. Distance makes them feel safe, but after enough time alone, loneliness begins to replace relief. So they come back, only to repeat the same cycle once the relationship becomes close again. 3. They miss the attention, not necessarily the relationship. Sometimes people don't actually miss you. They miss the comfort you gave them, the validation, the affection, the feeling of knowing someone cared. Psychologists call this emotional reinforcement. They're trying to experience that feeling again, but wanting the feeling isn't always the same as wanting the relationship. 4. Unfinished stories stay in the human mind. Our brains naturally seek closure. When someone leaves without finishing the story, curiosity slowly builds over time. They begin to wonder, what happened to you? Did you move on? Do you still think about them? Sometimes that unexpected message isn't about rebuilding the relationship at all. It's simply about satisfying their own curiosity. 5. Fear of permanent loss. Ironically, some people only realize your value after believing they've lost access to you forever. When they notice you've stopped reaching out, or they see you living your life without them, their brain experiences something psychologists call psychological reactance. The possibility of losing you completely suddenly makes you seem more valuable than before. 6. Inconsistency can create stronger emotional attachment than consistency. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. Small, unexpected, unpredictable moments of attention can create stronger emotional bonds than constant communication. That's why someone can disappear, come back, disappear again, and still occupy space in your mind, because uncertainty keeps the brain searching for answers. If someone who ghosted you suddenly comes back, don't only ask yourself why they return, ask yourself, has anything actually changed? Because psychology reminds us coming back isn't always a sign of growth. Sometimes it's simply another chapter in the exact same pattern. Subscribe and keep decoding the human mind.